That's just how we roll. What it is, how we roll.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I created this stunning look, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's get into this makeup transition. I like to go back in with my Pond's 24-hour moisturizer just to add a little bit more moisture to my skin before I apply my makeup. The first thing I like to do is my brows. I am a brow first girl, and this is just a natural brow styling soap that I purchased off Temu. I also use Anastasia gel. They also have tinted gel as well. So just whatever your preference is, if you are like me and like to give a little more structure to your brows, because I like mine to stay in place, because mine are kind of like, they kind of be all over the place. So I like something that I can apply to my apply to my eyebrows and they stay in place all day. All right, so I'm going to get this done, get them shaped up how I want, and then we're going to move on. So I'm going to go in with the Kimchi Chic Beauty eye pencil. This is Kim Browley. It's an eyebrow pencil crayon. It also has a spoolie on the other end. I purchased this off of TikTok, as a matter of fact, and I've also done a unboxing regarding this product as well. So I'm just going to fill in, and this is a soft black. So just go in, fill in your eyebrows. I'm not going to do them too heavy. I'm going to do them pretty lightly. So whatever your preference is, and maybe you have full brows and you don't need to do that. So of course, skip this step. But as I've gotten older, I've lost some hairs on the ends. So I like to go in and fill mine in and add just a little bit, especially on the ends of my brows. All right, so now we're moving on. I like to clean up under my brows, so I'm going to go in with the Lip Bar Quick Concealer, and this is in the shade Mocha. So I like to I just add a few dots under my brows, on top of my brows as well, just to make sure that I have a nice shape to my brows. This also gives me a little highlight on my brow bone without having to add any eyeshadow as well. And don't worry, we're going to take care of the concealer on top because we don't want to have the halo eyes, okay? And you'll know what I'm talking about when we get to that part. But just a few dots, and then we're going to go in with an angled brush, and we're going to just smooth out the concealer. And this is my favorite brush. I think I just got this. It's like came in a set off of Amazon. It's not no name brand brush. It's just an angle brush. You've got to have a good angle brush. You definitely need that. And as you can see, once I smooth it out on my brows, I'm just going to bring it down on the rest of my lid just to, you know, smooth it out. And then we're going to take care of the one on top. And you see the difference? It just gives your eyebrows a little more, I don't know if the word is structure or a little more shape, but I love to do this for my eyebrows. Okay, is it a necessary step? Of course not. But I feel like it gives my brows a little more definition. I think definition is probably a better word than structure. But we're going to speed it up. And then I'm going to just take one of my, what do you call these? I don't know. I'm having a brain fog today. So we're going to take my little wedge applicator, and I'm just going to tap in the concealer into my lid. Just type in. What we're doing is just getting rid of the excess. That's what we're doing. Okay. All right, so the next step is to go in with an eyeshadow primer. All right, and this here is by Beckisue, and I got this off of Amazon. This is shade number 2 in dark. I find that I prefer, and this is also waterproof, long lasting and waterproof. I find that anytime I apply eyeshadow for my particular skin color, I always like to use a primer because I feel like it makes my eyeshadow pop a little more. It doesn't get lost in my melanin skin, as they say. So I like to go in with a primer. Even when I'm doing a smoky eye, I still use a transition shade so that my transition shade doesn't get lost. I find it helpful to use this. All right. So I'm just going in with this over my lid. I'm not going to cover the brow bone, okay, where we did the concealer. So I'm going to stay beneath that. But where I want to place my eyeshadow, I want to use my eyeshadow primer. You don't have to be neat. You don't have to do any of that, okay? Unless you're doing a cut crease. Now, if you're doing a cut crease, that's a whole nother story. But we're not doing that today. We're just applying this on the lid to have some something for our eyeshadow to adhere to and to give some pop to my transition shade, okay? So we're going to speed this up a little bit because you don't have to see all that. So I'm just going to get this on the eyelids. I'm also going to bring it down up under my my lower lid a little bit because I'm going to also be applying eyeshadow instead of eyeliner. So again, I'm going to use some of this primer so that my color have something to adhere to. Now, if you're lighter than me, you may not need a primer, but I'm a dark skinned girl, and I found that when I don't use this, my colors, my transition colors, or if I'm doing bold colors or bright colors, they get lost. The pigment, I don't care how pigment the eyeshadow is, it does not pop if I don't use a base. And I know it's not good. You shouldn't really pull your eyes down. It's a hard habit to break, but try not to do that. And then again, we're just going to go back in with the wedge and we're just going to tap in the primer, okay? Just get rid of some of the excess, okay? So this here is an eyeshadow palette that I won on game night. If you've been following me, then you know that we had family game night. And it's not no brand palette, but this is by Serenity. It's the Color Spell. It has 60 shades. It has one fluffy brush that came with it, and that's what I'm going to use. It doesn't even tell me what the colors are, but for my transition shade, I'm going to go in with this color here. I don't know if you would call that like a coral, a deep coral color, and it's a matte color, and that's what I'm going to use for my transition shade, okay? I always like to do not always, because sometimes I forget and don't do my transition shade, but 99% of the time, I always like to do my transition shade first. I like to lay that down. We want to tap it in and we want to swipe back and forth. We want to use swirly motions and we just want to get it in. Always tap excess off and you tap it in. Do some swirly motions inward, outward, swipe back and forth. And we just want to get it in there really good, okay? You're not going to be able to see all of this, but that is why I like to lay this first, because we're going to then add color on top of it, okay? If that makes sense. I'm hoping this is making sense to you. And I'm going to make sure that I don't forget to zoom in so you can see how I'm doing this, okay? So once I've applied my transition, I'm going to go in. Anytime I do black, I like to lay down some gel, black gel. And I just got this off of Amazon. This is by Music Flower. It's 24 hours. And I'm just going to go in with the black gel, and I'm going to be using my, this is my Sigma E30 pencil brush that I'm going to just apply this gel with. And I only want to apply this where I'm going to put my black color, okay? Because I'm going to apply a matte black on top of it. And I found that laying the gel intensifies the black for me, okay? If you're lighter than me, you don't necessarily need to do this step. Try doing it both with the gel and without and see which way you prefer, okay? But for me, I always use a black gel first before I apply my black, okay? And I just kind of put it, where I want to put my black, because we're going to blend out the matte black. So you don't have to put the black over the whole bottom of the lid, but you do want it pretty much I want to say on your lower part of your lid, and maybe go up just a little bit. So if you open your eyes, you want to see, if you have your eyes open and you're looking straight, you want the black gel to just be peeking out above your fold, okay? And you can tell this is my favorite matte black, also from Amazon. I got this. It is, I wish I could really tell you the brand. And you can also use your matte black out of a palette. All right, and this is, I'm gonna put it below because I'm not for sure if it's Simine eyeshadow matte black, but I've also already purchased me a new one because I love this matte black. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in again with my Sigma E60 large shader brush, and now we're gonna tap in the matte black on top of that. We're gonna tap it in, cover the gel completely, and then we're going to blend it out. All right, so you want to tap it in, cover that gel black completely, okay, by tapping it in. And then once we've got that covered, then we're going to start blending it out. All right, which means we're going to hit the edges of that black and we're going to blow it out a little bit, which means we're going to go up into that transition shade. All right, you see how I'm doing? We're just going around the edges with the brush, and you want to hold your brush kind of like at the end. Not because I think when you hold it too close up, you get too heavy-handed. Hold it a little bit closer to the end like I am, and that loosens up your grip and you don't get carried away with your blending out. All right, so we just want to blend out around the edges of the black, okay? Softly, not heavy, okay? We don't want to look like a raccoon, so we want to blend it out. Soft strokes around the edges, and circular motions. You can swipe across, but circular motions, but you want to do it lightly because it gives you more control. We don't want to lose our transition shade, okay? And trust the process, ladies. Trust the process. And I'm going to go back in with my transition shade. And now I'm applying some at the bottom, okay? Now this is something you do not have to do if you don't want to. I'm just showing you how I created my look. You could have completely just go in with a black eyeliner under the bottom and call it a day. But this is me. I wanted to use eyeshadow, so I wanted to put a little bit of my transition shade. Then I'm going to go on top of that with the black eyeshadow because I didn't want to do the black eyeliner. I really didn't want it to be too harsh, if that makes sense, because usually when you use a black eyeliner, it's a little more harsh, it's a little more defined. I wanted mine to be more faded out. And I'm just going to blow it out just a little bit more past my eyes. Almost like I want to do a wing effect, but not doing a wing effect. All right, and you just take that brush, again, your transition shade, and you just want to kind of blow it out just a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to go in with my micellar water and clean up a little bit. And this one here is the all-in-one hydrating. It removes makeup, cleanses, and hydrates. This is good for your face, lips, and eyes, especially when you're getting ready to remove your makeup. But they also have one that I also purchased that's good for waterproof mascara, and I believe it's the one in the blue. So I'm using this one. It's almost gone too, so I'm gonna go get some more of that. But I love this. This is by Garnier. And it's also good for all skin types, especially sensitive skin. So I like to use that to clean up under my eyes. A good thing to use also, if you use these little, I don't know what you want to call them. I call them eyeshadow catchers. If you use this, then you don't have to worry about cleaning up, which means you don't remove any of your good skincare and stuff like that. But sometimes I forget. But if you use those, they're perfect. So I'm going to go back in and just kind of touch up my eyebrows just a little bit more. Not a necessary step. I could have saved this for the end, but I'm just being a little extra. So I'm going to go back in where I kind of may have lost it, a little bit of it when I did the concealer. I just want to, I don't know, intensify them just a little bit more. right, I'm taking that same spoolie that I used my soap gel, and I'm just going to go in and just lay them down just a little bit more. Now I'm going to go in with my Morphe black. This is the Morphe Make It Big Bold Black Mascara. And I just want to add some mascara to my eyelashes. So those that's kind of sleeping, kind of going all kind of which ways, I just want to, you know, have them all going up. So I love using this mascara. Of course, you can use any mascara you choose. This is just what I have because I have several mascaras. And just go in and make sure you get up under the base. Get to the root of your eyelashes from the root. That's why you see me wiggling them and upwards. All right, so get to the root, kind of wiggle a little bit, and then pull it through your eyelashes. Okay. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to apply my wispy lashes, and this is just a brand I got from my local beauty supply. This is by Broadway, and this is BLBM12 5D, and you get, I think, five lashes for like $5.99, so almost a little over $1 and something for 5 sets of lashes. All right, so I like the wispy lashes. All right, and here we are. I've got both eyes done, so now we're going to go up under the eyes. I like to go in with my Fenty Coffee. This here is a Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder, and I like to apply this up under my eyes. Now make sure, I probably forgot to show you that step, I also use the Fenty Primer. So make sure you apply some primer on your face. If you know, I completely forgot to put that in here. But apply your primer. And on top of my primer, the first thing I like to do is add some setting powder under my eyes. And I just use a wedge. And I just tap it in. It kind of helps fill in that hollow part up under my eyes. If you saw it, I do have hollowness up under my eyes. That could be from aging, because I'm really trying to think. I don't remember having that growing up. And then I'm going to go in with my Milani Make It Last Original Natural Finish Setting Spray. So I'm going to just spray that to set my whole face. And this was a step that I learned from Jackie Aina. I don't know if she still does this in her routine, but that's where I learned it from, was going in with the setting powder and then spraying my whole face. And then I'm using my cute little fan to dry my face. Any and all my products will be listed below, and mostly everything, I'll let you know where it's from. And then I'm going to go back in with that same lip bar concealer and go over top of that. And this here pretty much is like maybe one shade lighter than me, because I'm then going to go in, of course, later on with a highlighting shade. But I just wanted to kind of fill it in just a little bit more with a concealer that's not too much lighter than me. So I'm going to let that dry down a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the setting spray to the wedge. And then I'm going to blend this out. And I'm using the same wedge that I used to apply my setting powder. I'm just flipping it over to the other side. Okay, let's not waste. All right. We already know skin products and everything is so expensive. And even if it isn't, you still don't want to waste. All right, so I'm just tapping it in. And it's just really I feel like it fills in that hollowness when I use the setting powder, then go on top of it with a concealer. And it just kind of fills in some of that hollowness that I have under my eyes. And be gentle under your eyes. You know the layer of skin is really thin up under your eyes. So let's always be gentle no matter what you're doing, whether it's makeup, your skincare routine, washing your face, whatever it is. Be gentle under your eyes, okay? So it's already starting to look a lot better. I'm starting to look not so tired. We just want to tap it in, okay? Now I'm going to, this is the highlighting shade that I'm going to be using. This is by Too Faced Born This Way. This is a multi-use sculpting concealer. It has super coverage. You can use it to conceal, contour, highlight, and retouch depending on the shade that you use, okay? I'm using the shade Toffee for my highlighting. So as you can see, I'm going back under my eyes. Later on, I'm going to also use this to highlight my forehead, my nose, and my chin. So I just wanted a little bit more brightness under my eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my favorite foundation. This is by Fenty. It's in the shade 22. It's Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I have several foundations, but I always gravitate back to the moisturizing or the skin tint. It's not too heavy. I use this all year long. Excuse me. I just love it. I feel like it just matches perfect, and I can use this when I don't do anything else and I just want to go with a more natural look. I just can put this on, add a little concealer, put on some mascara, and out the door. Okay, whereas some foundations, I feel like when you put it on, it's so intense, it's so in your face, if that makes sense, that you really do have to do your full face sometimes. So I like this moisturizing tint. Matter of fact, I think I have this on subscription where it comes every 2 or every 3 months, just because I just don't want to run out of it. And I keep one up here in my glam room as well as one downstairs. So sometimes, like I said, when I just want to do a little bit more for work, because I don't do a beat face every day, but sometimes when we have meetings or orientation or whatever, at work, I just like to sometimes be a little bit more, like I put myself together just a little bit more sometimes. But I love this, and I like using a beauty blender. If you are a brush girl, by all means use a brush. I like using a beauty blender, and with the beauty blender, like I said, to get rid of that halo above where we use the concealer, you want to just tap and go around the top of your brows, and be careful because we don't want to mess up our nice eyebrows, okay? Because we don't want to have what we call halo eyes, okay? I don't want to see that you put concealer and shaped your eyebrows, okay? We don't want to do that. So always make sure. So if you can tell by where I kind of did one eyebrow better than the other, and I'm going to definitely fix that. I don't know if I show that, but you just don't want to see that highlight above your eyebrows, okay? So I'm just going in around, tapping it in my skin really good. You want to make sure you go up into your hairline just a little bit. Make sure you get around your ears, go up under your chin. It should be blended out. I should not be able to see where your foundation started and where it ended, because your neck and your face are 2 different shades. All right, so now we're going to go in and blend out our highlighted shade up under our eyes because it's dried down just a little bit. And you got to work a little fast because this Born This Way does dry down pretty quickly. So you want to make sure you're working expeditiously with your foundation, or either wait till after you blended it out if you're not able to work that fast. And we just want to blend out the highlighted concealer. And like I said, depending on what shade you use, this Born This Way can be used to contour, highlight, retouch, or conceal as well, depending on what shade you use. But this is definitely not my shade, so I wouldn't use it for any of those. So I only use it to highlight. All right, so you just want to tap it in and blend it out really, really well. And just take your time. This is the most important step. Blending out your concealer, your foundation, all of that. And now I'm going to go in, because now that I've applied my foundation, I'm going to go in and I'm going to put some on my forehead, on my nose, and on my chin, because those are some areas that I want to highlight, okay? And this, again, I'm still using my Too Faced Born This Way to do that. All right, so while we're letting it dry down, we're going to go in again with the Lip Bar palette. This is a great palette to have. It comes with your a contour. It comes with a setting powder, a blush, and a highlighting shade, all in one little compact. So I love this. This is from the Lip Bar, okay? And I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply my contour shade. I'm just going to use a flat, fluffy brush. And this is a brush that came in a set that I got off of Amazon. And we'll just tap it in. I'm going to do my little fish lips. And we want to make sure we go up, not out. We want to go up because we want to lift the face, okay? We want to lift it. All right, and sometimes I get a little heavy-handed, but don't worry, we're gonna fix it. But I just want to go in. We just want to give a little more chiseled cheekbones, and I'm going to take it up and around my temple. All right, and yeah, I know I'm a little heavy-handed. I also like using the Fenty stick, but I'm out of the shade that I normally use, so this is why I'm using the powder. And the stick does give you a little bit more control if you're a little heavy-handed like me. So I've done both sides. All right, so now we're going to go in and we're going to blend out, because like I said, it's dried down a little bit. We don't want it to get too dry, and we want to blend out our highlighted areas. Blend, 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 blend. Now we're going to go back in with our same beauty blender that we used to apply our foundation, and we want to blend out those edges. Okay, we want to blend, we want to merge or mesh everything together. So you want to go around the edges where you apply your highlighting or your concealer, and you want to blend it out. I don't want to see a line of demarcation, okay, where you apply or where you blended your concealer, okay? It should just all be blended all together. So you want to hit those edges around there, even go in a little bit into the concealer, but you want to just blend it. This is, like I said again, one of the most important steps of your makeup, blending everything out, okay? Do not rush this step. You can rush everything else if you want to, but don't rush blending out your makeup, because it just destroys the look if your makeup is not blended out, okay? Now I'm going to go in this here, again, with the Lip Bar palette. I'm going to go in with that. And the top shade I like, which is called the Face, I'm going to go in with that lighter color. And I want to, what do you call it? Oh my God, why am I struggling with that? Contour my nose. My goodness, I'm just using a regular little fluffy brush. I'm not doing too much. I'm not trying to have a thin nose. I love my nose. It's okay. I accidentally went in with the light color, but that's okay. We're gonna go in with a lighter shade to just contour your nose. Is it necessary? No, it's not. It's just something that's part of my routine, and I do. And you just go in and just highlight your nose around the bridge. So I don't do too much. It's not extreme or anything like that, but it's just a step that I do. You don't have to do it. Trust me, you don't. So now I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place. This is the Saharan Blush Volume 1. I love this palette for my blush. And we're going to go in with a fluffy brush in the color Zane, which is like a pink color because it is for Valentine's Day. And we just want to go in, tap, and we want to go up, and I even take it up around my temple. A couple of colors in there that I like to use, the Neo and the Abbey. I love using those, depending. They're more like a red or maroon color for blush, but this also has a taupey color. You can also use the other colors, the Lila and the Zara, for highlighting, but this is a great palette to have. I love that blush. And again, this is by Juvia's Place. I'm one of the type of people I like to try to clean up as I go, so forgive me. I like to try to clean up so I don't have a lot to do once I'm finished. Now I'm going to go in. This is the Heroine Glow 1 for highlighting. It's a baked highlighter. And this is, like I said, Glow 1. And I'm just going to highlight in the corners of my eyes, my nose, and I'm trying to get away from doing my nose, but it always just seems like something that I've been doing for so long that I can't stop doing it. But just adding a little bit to my nose, you know, some people are now started using like a reddish color, more like a Rudolph effect, but I'm still using the highlighter on the tips of my nose. So So I'm just hitting some areas, and I like to do my highlighter before I do my setting spray because I feel like it tones it down a little bit. Regardless of whether I'm doing a transition or I'm going out, I always like to spray afterwards. So I'm also going to go in and highlight my cheeks because I feel like being dark and it's just so intense, this particular highlighter, that it's a little too intense for my liking. So that's why I like to apply my highlighter before I spray. So when I spray, I feel like everything is set and it kind of melts into my skin. I'm just being silly. So again, see, I wasn't going to do it, and then I went right back in and put a little bit on my bridge and added to the tip of my nose. It's just something that I feel like I got to do, and it's not. But you saw me, I was putting it away, and then I was like, in my mind, like, no, I need it. I really don't. But I just like it. I don't know. It's just something I've been doing, but I don't know. All right, so now we're gonna spray it all down and get all this melted into the skin, okay? And I'm watching television. That's what I keep looking up at. I'm watching SWAT season 6. You know that Shamar Moore, he is so sexy. All right, so that's all done. We're back. And this is what I'm using. This is the Adanna synthetic lace wig that I got off Amazon. All right, so this is not about the wig. Somebody got on me about, they thought they were just watching a makeup video and it turned into a hair video. So I'm not going to go into the details about that. I just wanted to show you what I was using. And I applied it with my E30 spray, put my scarf around to melt the lace. And now we're going to go, and now I'm doing my lips. This is also by Kimchi Chic Beauty, which I also got off of TikTok. This here is a lip liner. It's called Black Cherry. And I love this because I haven't found a brown that I like that's dark enough for me. But I love this here. I should have gotten more. Once I realized I liked it, I should have went back in and got another one, which I might do again. But again, this is in the color Black Cherry. And now I'm going to go in. I was debating, but this is by Juvia's Place as well. And this is the shade Lavenda. It's a gloss. It's like a lilac gloss. You can't really tell what color my dress is, but it's a light lilac color. And I like how it came out. And so now I'm just going to go in, kind of brush these curls out. I'm not going to talk too much about the hair because, like I said, this is not a hair video. It's a makeup video. But yeah, so I'm going to just brush this out. I'm going to also have to trim my lace a little bit more and melt it a little bit more into the skin. But while I'm doing all of that, what do you think? How did the look turn out? You like, don't like, too much, too little? Anything that you would like for me to explain a little bit more of, talk a little bit more on the next tutorial? Let me know in the comments. And and while we're at it, if you are new here and you're not subscribed and you enjoyed today's content, please consider subscribing to my channel. We do makeup, we do hair, we do a little bit of fashion, a little DIY, home decor, and all of that. So consider subscribing to my channel, leaving me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Definitely leave me a comment on your thoughts, whether you like something or didn't. I love constructive criticism. Also turn on your notifications so you can be notified when I upload another video. So this here is the look that I did to create the transition that I did, and I'm going to leave it in here. I don't know if it's copyright, but I'm going to see. If it's not, if it is copyright, I'm going to have to do some different music. But if you want to see the transition, you can definitely go check me out over on TikTok or Instagram. And I am Kammy is my motivation on all my social media platforms, okay? So again, I'm just going in just to try to melt the lace a little bit more with my E30 spray. That's just a trick. You can always use your spray to go in with that. Put your tie back on your lace and let it set for about 15 minutes or so and then take it off. Okay. So I'm just trying to get these final little touches together. I'm going to go in. I'm just adding a little bit of my foundation into my lace because I don't want it to show too much in the, you know. But this is just a quick little do because, of course, I'm doing other content as well. So I'm not really trying to lay it perfectly. But I think it turned out really cute. This is, I think it's only $55 on Amazon. But again, any and everything will be linked down below. And as always, if I have a coupon code, it will be down below as well. So you can save a little coins. All right. But yeah, this is the final look. This is how I created that stunning look for my transition. Let me know what you think. All right. Let me know what you think in the comments. And the dress is from Mika's. I'll also have that link down below. All right, girls, here's the transition.